I had found some letters when my mother died from a doctor that had spoken to my dad when he was looking for reparation money from the German government, and I was in tears and I was blown away, and I actually called the doctor and she told me stories that I never knew, and in my head I just had to write this story, and I basically made the short film about this particular meeting that he had with the doctor.
Your nightmare has become part of me today. No crying can heal the pain, even a sea of tears can't. Even screaming out loud cannot express the anger, the hatred, the horror. Nothing can.
Hello, Mr. Koll. Please come in. Have a seat. Hope you found the place okay with all the construction. Okay. When did you first come to this country?
1949.
And do you eat 3 meals a day?
Yes.
Oh, I see that you work as a tailor in a leather factory. Correct?
Yes.
Well, I imagine that you get quite busy and sometimes don't have time for lunch, perhaps working all the way through.
No. I never skip a meal. Ever. Starvation is the worst thing a human can experience.
So you've skipped meals in the past?
At the camps, you got 3 meals a day, but they gave you very little bread and soup. And soup. It was just water with some spices. They gave you just enough to keep you working. You couldn't live and you couldn't die.
Right. Could you tell me, please, when your stomach pain began?
Since I came to America.
Have you tried changing your diet? I mean, the Bronx doesn't really have the healthiest of supermarkets.
Yes. But I do not think that food is my problem.
So what is it that you think is your problem?
The smell.
The smell?
Yes. The smell of burning flesh.
From the war?
Yes. I wake up every morning with that smell. The smell of burning bodies from the crematorium.
In Dachau.
Yes.
Mr. Koll, I'm here with you today because I have to prove to the German consulate that you're indeed owed monetary reparation, not only for the land that your family had stolen from them, but also that you have lifelong physical trauma due to your time in the concentration camps. Now, if I tell the consulate that your stomach ailments are due to remembering a smell, they'll question my validity as a gastroenterologist.
I also remember the smell of the dirt.
The dirt.
The ditch where I hid for 5 days. Americans shooting Nazis, Nazis shooting Jews, so they couldn't tell of the living nightmare. There was so much confusion. My brother was shot. I was sure he was dead. So I ran. I ran as fast as a 15-year-old could, shaking off each day of the last 5 years of my life. With each step, I was so tired. And it was dark. I found a ditch and I laid in there. Silence. Finally silence. It was cold, but I was free. It was scary, but not as scary as what I had gone through since I was 10 years old. I hid lice in my hair. I was itchy, I was starving, and I felt every bone in my body aching against the cold dirt. But But I was free. I was so thirsty. And I felt my body giving up. But I was free. I was dying on my own terms, and not at the hands of a Nazi. I heard men. They weren't speaking German. Their voices sounded muffled as I drifted. And then I realized it was English. Americans. I pulled myself up with any strength I had left, and I started walking towards the soldiers. And one of them saw me, and he ran over and he picked me up, and he held me like a baby. It had been so long since I felt kindness and cared for, not since they shot my mother. I started to feel something wet on my face. I didn't know. Maybe I was bleeding. But it was the soldier. He was crying. That was when I decided I wanted to join the army. I haven't told anyone that story, not even my wife. Why? Because I'm free. I survived. You probably don't believe me.
Why?
You are German.
I am not German. I am a Jew. And you are the first Holocaust survivor that I have ever spoken to.